The Fanatic. What's going on, everyone? So I just got The Fanatic, the movie that everyone's been talking about since it came to VOD or Amazon Prime, some sort of thing that I do not have access to, so I had to wait like everybody else and pick it up at the Redbox. Now, I've been hearing a lot about this movie, about how it's over the top and it's just bad. There's people that say it's just so bad that it's bad, and then there's people that say it's so entertainingly bad that you can appreciate it because of how bad it is. Kind of like a sleepaway camp or a chopping mall, movies that are terrible, but they're just fun because of that. But what camp do I fall into? Do I think this is just a bad movie, or do I see the charm in it, and do I really enjoy it for what it is? Call me crazy, but I actually enjoy the hell out of this movie. I thought it was pretty fun. But what is this movie even about, in case you haven't heard about it yet? This is The Fanatic, written and directed by Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, and this stars John Travolta, who produces it, and stars as the main character named Moose, who is a fanatic. He is a fan of this action star named Hunter Dunbar, played by Devon Sawa. This is a guy I've never seen in anything since 2000 when he was in Final Destination, and back in like 99 when he was in Idle Hands. He's been a ghost since. I haven't seen him in shit. He might have done like a few TV shows here and there, shit that I've never seen. But it was very interesting to see him in this, and he is jacked. He's been hitting those weights because he is just pumping iron in this movie, and he is an intimidating presence. Like the fact that this Moose guy is fucking with him, not a smart decision, because this guy looks like he can clearly kick your ass, Moose. But I guess Moose has the height advantage. But Moose, he's basically mentally handicapped in this movie. They established that pretty quick. He's got like Tourette's. He does like this shaking thing. He's got some weird finger things. Like he has like these weird symptoms, these little things that he does, and it kind of comes and goes. And it's like, does he do it anymore? He does like this weird stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure on his character. What exactly does he have? That's really one of the few things that I do not like about this movie. I wanted to know more about Moose. I wanted to know his backstory a little bit. They even like barely tried to give you a backstory. They have like this one flashback where he's watching Night of the Living Dead, and his mom is one of those moms, I guess, that just constantly gets new lovers and brings them home. Like, oh, that's my son, by the way, and goes to have sex and just leaves the son in front of the TV and just distracts him that way. I guess that's how he got brought up in horror. He just got to watch horror movies all his life. There's not that many bad things to say about it. I mean, narration. I don't like narration in movies. I felt the narration in this movie was pointless. It does nothing. It's just stupid. Like, and the person narrating it, how the fuck does she know everything that happened? Like, she's not there. She doesn't know all the details. So how is it that all the things we're seeing, she knows about, unless he just mapped it all out for her to tell us? I don't like narration, especially when it's not needed. It kind of reminded me of Gremlins, when the dad is like, here's what happened in the town. And it's like, how the fuck do you know? You were out of town the whole movie. So it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, it's over the top acting. There's some goofy stuff here. It could have been toned down, definitely, yes. But overall, if you know what you're getting yourself into, this is a fun movie. It's not like it was shot poorly or lit poorly and horrible soundtracks or anything. Like, it's just over the top acting. That's what everyone's looking at and criticizing. It's like, it's over the top, or it's offensive. He's not mentally handicapped. How dare he? I'm not one of those critics. I don't consider myself a critic, but I'm not one of those people who, when I watch a movie and there's someone who's mentally handicapped or someone who's blind, I'm like, that person really has to be blind. No, it's called acting, dumbass. So I don't get offended. I'm not so fucking weak as an individual where if I see like Bryan Cranston playing a paraplegic, I'm like, bullshit, he can actually walk. I'm offended. Grow up. All right, yes, this guy, John Travolta's not really mentally handicapped. Maybe some would argue. I mean, look at some of the other shit he's done, but whatever. Like, this guy does a pretty decent job. I liked his overacting. I like Sleepaway Camp, so I guess that just tells you why, that explains it, right? Why I like this movie. I don't love it. I don't want to sound like I think this was an awesome made film. I understand why some people are probably going to say this is the worst movie of the year, but come on. You had to at least find it entertaining. Yes, the story was a little sloppy. Yes, it has a bad ending. Because it's like, really? You're going to cut it off there? Just Devon Sawa, that's like, what? The maid? No one ever found the maid until like 2 days later. But yeah, my positives for this movie is that I thought that Devon Sawa was great. I thought he I love to see him again. I love all the horror references, like especially that third act. It gets brutal. There's actually some little gore, kind of like stabbing in the eye. I love all the little references to like Saw. I think there's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre posters. And I couldn't quite tell what he was stabbing. Like that head he had, was that supposed to be like a Leatherface reference? But when he's like on the ground, he's in that little pool of blood, and he wakes up and he's like, "Game over." I just love that shit. I just thought this movie was a pretty just fun movie. Yes, I mean I know I get it. It's over the top, but it has a pretty good pace, and you kind of sympathize a little bit. I kind of at some parts I was like, I kind of feel bad for this dumbass, but then at other parts I was like, no, fuck him. He needs to get killed. But I like that they kind of didn't do the ending that you were expecting. You're like expecting somebody to get killed, one or the other, and then somebody like John Travolta will get arrested. But the ending you get is not the ending that you were expecting, and I actually like that. So call me crazy, but when it comes to Fanatic, I think that you should definitely give it a shot and check it out at Redbox. I thought it was totally worth my money. So call me crazy, I don't give a shit. Yes, bad acting, over the top, but whatever. Still fun, and that's what movies are here for, right? To entertain you, and I was entertained. So, suck it. But what were your thoughts on The Fanatic? Do you agree with all those people who say that this is just so bad that it's bad? Or are you like me, you're like, it's so over the top and bad, but I enjoy it for that? Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds, and until next time, I hope you're listening.